Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your September 2021 bonus reading. We are going to, I was calling these increase readings, but basically we're going to look at how you can get the most out of the month this month and how you can increase your life in general in this first row. Then we're going to look at your wealth in this second row, and then we're going to look at your love in the last row, and we're just going to look at how you can, basically increase your abundance in all these different areas. So again, I don't have a good name for these readings, but they're just like increase readings or how to get the most out of September. Let's see here, Aquarius, what is going on for you here? Aquarius. That's a pretty good reading, is what I would say to you. You and your opposite sign, Leo, you always get very, very similar messages. And you start off here with this Uncharted Sea card here, literally going somewhere you've never gone before. And you have the Two of Swords. She needs to turn around and go to those new lands that are behind her here. She is sitting on a hard bench. It's made out of granite, and it's meant to look hard. Basically, her ass hurts, Aquarius, because she has been sitting in the same spot for too long. It is time for her to turn around. She's fearing things that don't even exist. She's afraid of these two rocks here in the water. She's afraid that if she gets in the water, that she's going to be injured. If she just took off her blindfold, she would see the two rocks that are in the water and she would be able to move forward. So I feel for a lot of you, this is just saying it's time to kind of go somewhere you have never gone before. And this could be in multiple areas of your life. There is a specific area of your life, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I feel like for some of you, you're going somewhere you've never gone before. You have the Knight of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles here. This is actually amazing. This bottom row here is really positive. Nine of Pentacles to the Empress to the Ten of Pentacles, really nice. It's like pre-Empress energy to the Empress to the Ten of Pentacles, which is even better. So I really like where this is going. But I feel for a lot of you that there is like a great mystery going on here in this reading, because the Knight of Wands represents mysteries. There are these three pyramids down here on the card, and those three pyramids represent mysteries or kind of like looking to gain an understanding of something. To me, the Knight of Wands is the builder as well, but he represents your desires. He represents something you desire to have or something you desire to create in your life, and I feel like, it's going to be different for all of you, but I feel like you need to get moving on a desire. But it's going to, again, pull you out of comfort zones. It's going to require you to do things you've never done before with the Two of Swords. It's going to require you to have experiences that you've never had before. But I feel like you will learn as you go. The Nine of Pentacles, says you are, pre-Empress energy. I feel like you're about to have this glow up here in your life. But again, it's going to require you to probably go towards some uncharted seas. It's like you're going somewhere you've never gone before. You are the innovator, Aquarius. I always say this. It's like if there's any sign, that should be creating something totally new in life, it is definitely you, Aquarius. I feel like you should be creating new experiences, new things in life. I feel like you should be creating new, basically new everything. So that's what you need to do here. The Nine of Pentacles to me is a card of newness as well. But let's clarify this first row and let's see what is going on for you here, Aquarius. You have the cross. It's funny because the Knight of Wands is pointing this way. He's pointing towards the past. I feel for some of you, it's like you could be experiencing burdens from the past, but I feel like it's because some of you might be holding on to things from the past. This could be beliefs, could be people, could be anything, and I feel like it's something that needs to be kind of released here. I do feel this is almost like a realization that you're having here, Aquarius, as well. Kind of weird. I don't know how to verbalize what I'm feeling necessarily, but I feel like some of you are realizing that the reason you are where you are is because you're kind of maybe doing things that you've done all along. So what the hell does that mean? Again, if we do the same thing every single day and we never change, then we're basically always going to be in the same place, right? And I feel like some of you want to grow. It's like you're trying to change your environment here with the cross card. With the Two of Swords, you have the Rider. He is going this direction, and he represents a wish. He is the Nine of Hearts, very similar to the Nine of Cups. He also represents good news. He can also represent a knight in shining armor as well. But for the most part, he's moving this way. He's moving towards the future. So I'm glad to see that. To me, that kind of says that you're going to be taking some sort of risk, or you're going to be willing to move forward in a new direction. And with the Nine of Diamonds, you have the child here. For some of you, I feel like you could literally have children, or you could have a child, and this could be the thing that is kind of guiding your life. You could be making decisions based off of a child. You could be trying to do what's best for a child. Nothing wrong with that, Aquarius, by the way. Nothing wrong with that at all. So obviously, definitely do that. And you have the Empress, which would be the mother. So if you're a mother, doesn't matter if you're a mother, you could be a father as well or whatever. And, you could be taking care of a child and trying to make decisions based off of that. I do feel like there's like a need to gain perspective as well. It's like, again, I'm not telling you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. I don't think I should tell you what to do either. But just something that's popping into my head here, Aquarius, is it's like sometimes I think if we have children, it's like we could think that doing something like starting a business might steal time from our child or something like that. But I feel like you need to almost think a little bit more into the future. It's like you could be creating a better life for you and your child, or you and your family, by, building a business or something along those lines as well. And I also feel like there is a way that you can create like a proper balance, right, between the two things if you need to. But I don't know. It's kind of a weird message. I'm not going to lie, Aquarius. But I feel like there's like somebody out there. It's like you're wanting to do something. I feel like you're wanting to make a change, but you're worried about your child or your children. And I would just do it because I actually feel like it's going to turn out way better than you could ever have expected. And, again, these are difficult decisions that you're making here. I'm not trying to downplay a decision involving children, but I get something about wanting to make a change. Maybe you want to move, right? Maybe you have a child and you want to move and you're like worried, what happens if I take my child out of the school and, all this other stuff. I feel like those are legitimate concerns, Aquarius, but I also feel that that the outcome is going to be very positive. So, nothing to really worry about. For others, you could have something that is like a child. Like you could have a business, you could have a job that you really care about here. And I feel like you're kind of trying to move it somewhere else. You have the Uncharted Sea card. I would just go for it. I feel like you're going to be very successful. I kind of get like all these ideas. It's weird because I have all these ideas like cycling through my head right now, Aquarius. And it's almost like for some of you, if you have a business or a job, I feel like you have a lot of ideas, but you could be like saying things are kind of good right now. So I don't want to rock the boat, right? I don't want to mess up or screw something up. I feel like you need to try some of your newer ideas. Are they all going to work? No, but I feel like the ones that do just are going to be very successful. So I'd go for it. Next in the area of wealth, you have this time machine card here. I feel like for some of you, you are kind of like wishing you could go back to the past. Like I feel like you are saying, oh, I wish I knew this sooner, because my business would be a lot more successful. Or maybe you're feeling like you're out of time as well. That's also popping into my head. I feel like for some of you, you're like saying to yourself, I missed the boat. Again, I get all this boat stuff going on for you here, Aquarius, where you could be feeling like, oh, I missed out on my opportunity to do this, or I missed out on this opportunity to be on YouTube or something like that. I don't think it's true, is what this card is saying. I feel like it's saying, no, something is meant for you. I always say, if something's meant for you, it doesn't matter if there's a million people that are doing it. If it's meant for you, you will be successful, right? Like I always tell people, there will be someone who starts YouTube in 5 years from now, and they're probably going to be the biggest person on YouTube, right? I guarantee it. Guarantee it's going to happen, right? So it's like, to me, if something is meant for you, it doesn't matter when you start. It doesn't matter if you're late or early to the party. It doesn't matter, any of that stuff, as long as you just get started here, Aquarius. You have the Hermit, the Fool, and the Empress. It's weird that I said the Emperor, because I felt that. So, for those of you looking to create abundance in your life, you have the Ten of Pentacles over here as well. Very solid. I feel like for some of you, you need to realize that you've been through kind of like the worst of something here with the Hermit. The Hermit has gone through a dark night of the soul, and now I feel like it is time for you to create wealth in your life. And again, wealth doesn't have to be money. It could be, an abundance or wealth as far as your relationships are concerned. You could be creating, wealth in your community, all these things, right? And I feel a lot of you could be doing that with the Empress energy. I definitely feel a glow up here, but there is like a need to take a leap of faith here with the Fool card. I do feel this energy of kind of going on a journey here. I also feel like there is an energy of needing to make sure that you're not being like making foolish decisions as well. I kind of am getting both sides here, the Fool upright and the Fool in reverse. I'm getting both kind of energies. I have this overwhelming sense that you are definitely prepared for something. He has this tiny little sack on his back here, Aquarius, and it kind of represents the fact that he's about to go on this long journey. He's about to work his way through the major arcana in the tarot, right? He's about to go on this huge journey, and he only has this tiny little sack. It kind of represents the fact that he has everything he needs right here, right between his two ears. So I feel like you need to realize that. I also feel that your intentions are pure. If you're like starting something new, like a new business or new job, you have pure intentions. The white rose here represents purity, Aquarius. But I also feel that there is a need to kind of like pay attention to things that are going on around, like kind of going on around you. I also feel like I feel like there's more of a need to like not tie your own shoes together here, Aquarius. It's like there could be opportunities for you to grow your business, but you could be saying, I'm going to do everything on my own. I always tell a story. I once knew a guy in business, and he always used to brag about how he will always fix his own sink. Yeah, this whole, it pisses me right off. So I don't even want to get into it, Aquarius, but he used to go on and on about how great he was, how he ran this very successful company, and he fixed his own sink and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, but okay, great. It's like you're spending your time that's like way more valuable. You could just hire someone to fix your sink. It's like that's not creating abundance. It's like, it's like you could hire someone to do that, create abundance for another person's business while you're actually doing what's important. And again, this guy used to brag about this all the time. I used to just bang my head against the wall every time he told the story, because it's like, okay, your time is worth way more than fixing a sink. Plus, again, you're taking from someone else's abundance when they could fix it for you, and you could pay them money to do that, right? And so we have to keep, part of creating abundance is we have to keep the cycle going. We have to like give abundance to other people as well, so then it can come back to us, right? We create this positive loop. And, I would say don't do things that tie your own shoes together. That guy, it's funny, I said this too, because that guy was always at the same level from, the time at the beginning to the end, right, of his business, always at the same level, never growing. And it's like, why do you think that is? Because he wasn't keeping the cycle going. And again, I'm not criticizing him. He was perfectly happy, I'm sure, at the level that he was at and all this other stuff. But again, I think that our job here is to create, things are not great in the world. Let's put it this way, right? And I think it's our job to create as much abundance as we can so we can create a more abundant world, a happier world, right? That's my message there, Aquarius. But I feel like there could be opportunities for you to kind of like get people to help you. And I feel like you need to look at it like, hey, I'm creating abundance for this person because they'll be happy that they're helping me and all this other stuff. I don't know, weird messages, Aquarius, but whatever. It is what it is. You're not here for normal messages, right? I'm a weirdo. Hermit, you have the clouds. The clouds is the king of clubs. Clouds is a card of confusion. The cloud says, do not confuse yourself. The hermit says, you've already been through the lesson. So it's like, don't keep reliving lessons is what I'm getting here as far as your abundance is concerned. With the Fool, you have the Scythe. I feel like it's time to cut something out, probably your old life, your past life here with the Scythe card. And with the Empress, you have the Book, really good card, 10 of Diamonds, basically the same card as the 10 of Pentacles here. To me, Lenormand and Tarot is different, but you could read them the same. So definitely a lot of abundance coming in for you. The Book is normally closed. It kind of represents hidden or secret information. So I would like do your research if you're trying to build a business or trying to create wealth that way. I would learn as much as you possibly can. If you're just doing anything, if you're investing, if you're trying to get a raise or a promotion, if you're in sales, whatever it is you do, I would double down on your learning. I talked about this a lot last year. Because we had Saturn in Capricorn. Even though Saturn is no longer in Capricorn, yes, I understand that, it's going to take another like 27 and a half years for Saturn to get back to Capricorn from where it's at right now in Aquarius. And, what I would say is that we're going to be dealing with that energy for a long time. The way to look at it is it's almost like a generation, right? Like 30 years, right? And really, I think they classify a generation as 20 years. Doesn't matter. But we're in like the Saturn Capricorn generation until it comes back around. And this is Chris's crappy astrology. This is not accurate astrology, right? But just intuitively, I feel this. With Saturn Capricorn, it really rewards like any type of work or effort we put into something, and that includes learning. The more you learn, the more you earn with Saturn and Capricorn, so I would be learning as much as you can with that card. Next in the area of love, you have a tall tale card here. I don't know, kind of weird. I would be careful of any liars, cheaters, stealers in love. You have this tall tale and the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. It's a very stuck energy as far as love is concerned. Some of you, I'm not calling you out. I'm not here to judge you or anything like that, Aquarius, so I want to get that out of the way. I do feel like for some of you, maybe you told someone not the truth. I'm not going to say it was a lie, but, I feel like for some of you, maybe you need to clear things up with a person from the past. That could set you free. Sometimes I think that's true. Again, I'm not calling you out here, Aquarius, but, sometimes we've all done it, right? We've lied to a person or whatever. Maybe you lied to someone and maybe it's weighing on you heavily. I would say if it is, then, maybe letting it out here could free up the energy and could get you out of your head. So again, I'm not telling you what to do or anything like that. But if that is true, then I feel like letting something out could be a good idea. This could be the other way around as well. It's like someone could be telling you a truth here, Aquarius, and it's like, it might suck, but at the same time, it's probably going to free up a lot of energy here as well. I do feel like there's a need to kind of, if you desire to have love in your life, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles to me is the best love card in the deck. To me, Ten of Pentacles is everything you desire to have in love. So I feel for a lot of you, there's like a very solid connection that is available to you. But I feel like there's a need to kind of realize that things will never be perfect. Number one, with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is like a very playful energy. The Seven of Swords is about needing to be playful, needing to not take things too seriously. Again, he has these polka dots all over his shirt. Polka dots in the tarot represent needing to not take things too seriously. The Eight of Swords says you could be a lot more free than you realize, but you're allowing yourself to be controlled by your emotions. She is standing in a very shallow pool of water here, Aquarius, and the shallow pool of water represents needing to kind of realize that whatever you're worrying about is probably very small. It really doesn't even exist. So for some of you, it's like I see blockages here. I also see some of you with that Seven of Swords trying to keep the peace. For some of you, you have the child here. It's like maybe you're in a love situation where you have like a child with someone and you're trying to find new love. That can cause some problems, of course. It's like you're trying to keep the peace here with the Seven of Swords. But I also feel like there's, the Seven of Swords is about kind of being a lone wolf, doing things on your own. And I feel like the Seven of Swords is saying there's no reason for you to do things on your own as well. For others, it's like you could be staying stuck in a situation, Eight of Swords in a love situation, and maybe you have a child with a person, but it's like children, I feel, again, I'm not telling you what to do here, Aquarius, but what I would say is that like children they know when things aren't right in a situation, and I feel like this exists, I kind of feel like this reading is saying the Ten of Pentacles for you exists. It is something where you don't have to live a lie. Maybe you don't have a lie, but maybe you feel like you're living a lie because maybe you're stuck in a situation that isn't happy. I feel like you need to set yourself free here and you'll be much happier, plain and simple. Let's see. Seven of Swords, you have the Lily, the King of Spades. The Lily is a card of wisdom. It could also be lawyers. I do see like a divorce here for some of you. Some of you could be getting a divorce or separation. I feel like this will probably lead to a new connection in the future. For others, the Lily can, represent, take it how it resonates. If you don't have children, if you're not stuck in a situation, the Lily could be a new person, a person who's very wise, who has a lot of wisdom with the Hermit card and the Lily as well. So it could be someone who's a little older than you. Not always true, but it could be for some of you. But I do feel there's like a lot of wisdom coming in for you there. With the Eight of Swords, you have the mountain. Yeah, this feels like a mountain to climb, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Aquarius. This reading is about how to increase how to create increase. That's the whole point of these readings. And I do feel it feels like a mountain. Love feels like a mountain in general. Again, if you're stuck in a situation with a person you have children with, maybe you're trying to leave or whatever, probably feels like a mountain, probably feels like this big, huge thing that you have to climb with the mountain. I always say that the mountain is worth it because you get the best views at the top of a mountain, right? So it's like, yeah, it sucks to climb a mountain, but you get this amazing view. You can see everything in existence. So I feel like it's worth it. And you have the King of Hearts with the Ten of Pentacles. Again, I feel like there is a very stable, secure person that is available to you. But again, for some of you, you're going to have to set yourself free from this situation. For some of you, it's a past love situation or a love situation that you're probably trying to remove yourself from. Could be involving children, doesn't have to be. For others, I feel that this has to do with your independence. Again, if you're single, if you're perfectly single and you're not dealing with a past person, then I would say this has to do with like allowing, creating the space, allowing someone into your space. This could be your personal space. it could be your house as well. So some of you, I feel like, are needing, like, it's almost like you need to look at the benefits, of having a connection, not the negatives, right? Is what I would say here. And I feel like focusing on that will probably allow the right person in, who maybe doesn't have a lot of negatives, someone who has a lot of positives as well. Nobody's perfect. We all have problems, right? So that's what I'll say there. But I feel like you could be attracting someone who wants something very serious, something permanent. Ten of Pentacles. Again, you cannot beat the Ten of Pentacles in love because it is the best, is what I would say there. But this is an interesting reading, so I hope this made sense. Probably not, but you never know. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. And definitely try something new. Go to those uncharted territory. Try new things is what I would say here in your life. Do something you've never done before. For some of you, I just have to say this. I know I'm dragging this reading out, but intuitively, I feel like it's almost like Groundhog's Day. Time machine, right? It's almost like you have repeated a year over is kind of like what I'm feeling right now is the best way I could say it. It's like maybe you thought you were escaping a situation, and then the last year, I feel like you just repeated something over again. It's like a repeat. And I feel like this is saying it's time to like move on. What do they say? Piss or get off the pot or something like that, right? That's like the energy that I get here, Aquarius. It's time to take some sort of leap of faith, risk type of thing. But, and I feel like you will be happy that you did it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.